call the meeting of the special meeting of the Ojai City Council to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mayor Johnston.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Blatz is recused himself. Councilmember Francina.
Here.
Councilmember Haney.
Here.
Councilmember Wyrick.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. Let's approval of the agenda. We have one closed session item, but we will take public comments since we've got an active citizen who has taken the time to come join us, and we appreciate that. So,
I'm fine with amending the agenda for that purpose.
okay.
Okay, I guess we're
Bob
going to
Daddy.
dispense with the pledge
Under
for
open
now.
comment.
You'll do that at the next one. Okay. I'm here in lieu, or I mean here to speak to you about the current condition of what's happened with our water issues and some of the problems.
Okay.
I'm here to ask that you remove the prohibition about wells within the city. That was done as a favor to our then or current supervisor because the watershed had put a moratorium in. And so Mr. Bennett came and asked the council, and the council concurred, and they put a moratorium. It was interesting that the supervisor's office was involved in the water issues and what's going on with the water, but it's even more interesting now when it's, supervisors don't have anything to do with it. So, it doesn't work for me when it doesn't work both ways. It's always a two-way street. So what I would ask you to do is drop our ban. Let the citizens do what they want to engage themselves in this thing. This is no different than the Golden State fight we had. Citizens did this without support from the city. Allow us to get engaged, allow us to become cross-complainants, allow us to do what we need to do. Just drop the wells, the ban. Our watersheds have been inept and ineffective. They haven't gotten the water. They spent over $6 million. They've spent 5 years on this thing. They haven't done what they promised us they would do. They haven't recharged the aquifer.
Bob,
and
you mean the watershed managers? Okay.
Run by Ventura. Okay. And so why we're doing them a favor when they haven't done things that they stated they were going to do and haven't been able to do shouldn't stop us. So I'm going to ask you to put this on the agenda as soon as you can because things are moving along very quickly. And you will see that some letters were sent to you by the publisher of the Ojai Valley News, Laura Ward, that pretty much shows a contrivance. I am sure that Ventura was overwhelmed with joy when the lawsuit allowed them the opportunity to come after us. And while the mayor at the public meetings apologized 5 times in a tearful, we're really sorry we didn't do it right, we wish we could have done it better, they didn't come up and propose to do away with it, drop it, restart it, sit down, have a discussion, negotiate, mediate, or arbitrate, except when you do any of those things, you have to bring something to the table. And they have an empty bucket with no water in it. So they're not doing any of those. What they're doing is dictating to the community. I listened to citizen after citizen after citizen come up with individual circumstances and ask if they could be dropped from the lawsuit, and the answer was, of course not. We need somebody to pay for the more than $4 million that we foolishly spent. So I've watched that tape over. I was at the other one, and so I really think you need to drop this well ban. We don't need to be in this. We need to stop supporting that. And then let us go on with the litigation, because what they're saying is even if you drop it and we get a well in later, they're still going to come after us. So I think the thing is truly ridiculous. I'm not really sure what you're going to do in closed session, nor do I want to know. You'll tell us whatever you do. But I think this thing was just an opportunist. We have people that have drug their heels. They have an unmitigated building program that is building more and more and more. I don't care if it's 3-story ocean view, high rises along the highway. They can't build enough. They have built and they have outrun their water supply. And so I think that this thing from Channel Keepers even though the channel keepers didn't wish to include us. Ventura found a way to include us. And so this thing is something where I think that we need to treat them just like any of the other invaders, whether it's the petroleum or whether it's Weldon Canyon or any of the other systemic threats that we've had to our community. I think we need to go after them. And thank you for what you do. Appreciate it.
Mayor, I just make a comment. I don't think we can deliberate or discuss any of those points made, but we can discuss the issue of a future agenda during the future agenda item in our open session.
Sure.
So that would be, I think, the proper parliamentarian way to address your concerns.
Okay, so we will adjourn to the closed session, and we'll be back at 7. Hey, Steve.